Hey kids, this is Pulse Ray Vision from Quattro Cinco Studios coming to you live uh, from my mom's basement, trying to get my computer, my camera to work. I don't know. I expect it to freeze at all times unless I'm screen sharing for some reason, and then it works. We got Mr. Scarface. Hello all. Good morning. Red Squirrel. What's up? What's up? Ran out of my regular coffee this morning, so I had to take some instant kind of coffee and put it in my frother with some cacao to make it taste bitter enough to feel like it's doing something. So cheers to you guys, wherever you're at, whatever coffee you're drinking, or chamomile tea if it's bedtime where you live. We got Tracy G in the place to be. Good to see you, Tracy G. How are you doing? Yeah, I just want to jump in here before I head off to work today and talk about the closing of the minting era, or the minting of Journey 11, which is coming to a close. Someone took full advantage of the nuke button and just destroyed the evil addresses. Chances of winning the lottery and the treasury, and that does over time help bump up your treasury. However, they kind of screwed everybody on their lottery winnings. So instead of letting the lottery winnings kind of snowball through the first and second drawing, and then nuking and scraping and rolling the evil address and moving the evil address into the third big mega jackpot, they killed that engine. So you're going to get the regular payouts from the lottery of 1.25, 3.75, 3 3/4, and 7.5. But your treasury will be going up. The treasury is going up and down. It's being exhausted. I think that we've already seen its highest payout so far. And we'll go into a couple of those things here in a little bit. We got Mr. Ted Nelson in the house. What's up, Max? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. We've been using this time of of silence and the crypto winter, as it were. Retrostatic says, "Good day, sir. I thought we were supposed to wait before nuking." You were, but you know what? Like, you can't stop everyone from derailing the train. Like I said, the good news is 23,000 tokens went in, and those 23,000 will go into the treasury mostly and to the jackpot. So we'll still have the jackpots as normal. We just don't get those crazy jackpots like we were getting of like 24 and 28 or whatever. And another thing that we've realized while studying our chain and our game recently is that there's a huge amount of dark locked in unclaimed lottery winnings. Some of those were burnt from the evil address that no one ever got because it was nuked before being scraped a couple times. But for the most part, the majority of the entire supply is locked in the treasury and the NFTs. And then you got about 10% sitting in the hands of the lottery. And you have about 23%, I think, still in the hands of the evil address. And I want to say like 20% in the hands of the mystery box. And so this is something that we've learned. We've been going since 11/22/24, and we're in wrapping up the minting of Journey 11 out of 33 journeys. And one thing that became painfully clear to us not too far into this game was that 45 days is a long time to ask people to pay attention to something. 30 seconds is a long time to ask people to pay attention. And when the markets go down and people leave, you get no attention and no engagement. The only place that's really the exception to that rule is Pulse Chain and anti-gravity and a couple of the cool communities here in Pulse Chain where I think I think we just I think we're mentally disturbed and we just got to a point of extreme pain. We're in a time of extreme pain and extreme criticism and negativity from the crypto community before before Hex went on its crazy run up to about 50 cents. It was dark and crazy, and we believed and had very, very high loyalty and zealousy. We're a very zealous community. And then that happened, and it cemented us into where we wanted to be. And so much has changed since 2022. It's insane. We're on our fourth year of the bear market. Some of the other tokens that peaked before Hex did are on their fifth year in altcoin season land, and that's where we are. We find ourselves sharing a bunch of organs with Ethereum because that's where the money comes and goes from right now. That's our main on and off ramp into or bridging place into Pulse Chain, and we see Ethereum being bludgeoned and sabotaged and manipulated. And believe it or not, that's actually a good thing. When you see something like Bitcoin or Ethereum or gold or silver or any of those things being manipulated, like shoved down, it's like holding a beach ball underwater. You know, that's just deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I think that's that might be what Richard Hart's doing to the Hex price right now, where he just keeps like holding it down and down and down and down, which is a beautiful blessing if you have any money left to DCA in right now. But again, that's another painful lesson of that we've learned was take profits. That's something that a lot of us did not take enough of last go around, and always keep some powder dry. Always keep some powder dry. But that's, I mean, we earn our stripes in through pain here. You know, extreme pain is how you get extreme wisdom. And every month in crypto is like 10 years in another industry right now. I got a chart here. It's pretty interesting. You could say it's nuts. It's crazy. Let me share my screen here. Freeze my little face. We'll jump through some tabs here. There's a chart sent to us by our good friend Red Squirrel. And Red Squirrel, where in the world are my charts? Not that one. This is probably it. Yep. Got to reload with the old Gecko. So Gecko Terminal, we're looking at, this is dark in USD. We have popped back up to the 40 cent line right here, which was support and is now resistance. So there's that one with actuator with a couple grand of liquidity in it. But if we go down here to a little thing we call nuts, squirrel with nuts, it says, I thought we were in a bear market. Look at this insane rip right here that nuts took all the way up. How big is that? Let's break out the ruler. It's about roughly 15x. So you got a 15x spike from around 7th of December to the 28th of December. Is that right? Nope. From 5th to the 16th or 17th of December, there's 14K of liquidity in it. So it's nothing to sneeze at right now. And that looks pretty good. And of course, if you put it, this is in USD. If you put it against Pulse, it probably shows an even, yeah, if you put it against Pulse, it is getting ready to break out. Again, it looks like it's about to do another shot, crazy shot up against Pulse. So if you guys are Pulsicans and love Pulse Chain and you want to get a hold of some nuts, just get a hold of your nut. Just grab a hold of your nuts and ride those up. We used to have a bunch of dark nuts pair right here. There is one. This is Nuts and Pulse. The dark pair has $7 liquidity on it. It had more at one point, but I think he was right to pull. Whoever pulled liquidity, I think they were correct to do so before we had an insane sell-off here in USD, just ground to nothing down there. So that's quite interesting. Here's Dark and Hex. This one has 4K of liquidity. It's back up to 40 cents. Dark and Pink Miswell has 10K of liquidity. And that one is also back up to 40 cents. Let's see here. Pink Miswell. How's Pink Miswell doing? Pink Miswell is doing a little dead cat bounce. You can get 1 million Pink Miswell for $25 right now. That's a great way to get a hold of some NFTs. As soon as we can send the NFTs to you guys, I know that several people have participated and taken advantage of sending Pink Miswell and Dark to the mystery box to receive some fuel cell NFTs, some really good deals there. And unfortunately right now, the place we were using, Pulse Market app, is giving us errors every time we try to send those out to you guys. So you can still see them here. You can still sell them on here, it seems. But as far as the bulk transfer, it's not working. It's not working great, So anyways, we are more on that to come. The NFT marketplace, I believe we will have a fix to that fairly soon, meaning, 4 more weeks, forever, or next month, who knows. But there should be a fix or a place that we can use and go and bulk transfer these NFTs, because it seems as though most of Pulse Chain has completely forgotten the NFTs. On Twitter and on Telegram. Anything crazy going on right now? We had some tweets by Sir Richard Hart. Crypto Coffee's always killing it right here. 90 seconds. Let's see here. Difference between Hex, Pulse Chain, PulseX. 90 seconds.
Maybe you still don't know the difference between Hex, Pulse Chain, and PulseX, and at this point, you're too afraid to ask. That's okay. In this video, I'm going to explain everything very simply. You can think of Pulse Chain as the network, like the road that the cars drive on. And you can think of coins like Hex and PulseX as cars that drive on top of the road. Now, they all have different functions. PLS is the primary gas token. It's what you pay transaction fees in for any coin traded on the Pulse Chain network. If I want to send token A from me to you, I have to pay a very small amount in PLS. So just like Ethereum has ETH, Pulse Chain has PLS. It's the gas token. Now let's talk about PulseX, a completely different protocol. PulseX.com is the main decentralized exchange where people do all their swapping on Pulse Chain. Now, PulseX is an exchange, but the token ticker symbol, PLSX, is the utility token that buys and burns itself automatically based on all the fees going through the exchange, the decentralized exchange. That's why people say owning PLSX is like owning a part of the exchange itself, because you're bullish on the volume and you benefit from more buy and burn pressure. And finally, Hex, which is the whole reason Pulse Chain was created. Hex relaunched on the Pulse Chain network, and what it is a decentralized long-term crypto savings account. It's yield that's paid in more Hex for locking it up longer. Locking up your Hex is optional. You don't have to, but the longer you lock it, the more Hex you get in yield at the end of your term, anywhere from 0 to 15 years. Hex was very successful in the past, doing over 10,000x returns, and it rewards delayed gratification and also monetizes time. Some people think of it as the digital certificate of deposit, but with no middleman and no corrupt bankers. So now next time you hear people talking about Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Hex, you'll know the difference between these 3 completely separate tokens with completely different utilities. Like and subscribe if you want to learn more. All my links are in the bio below.
Beautiful, beautiful. Crypto Coffee's been putting out so much amazing digestible content. It's incredible. He hasn't slowed down at all. Johnny KS hasn't. And both of them are rightfully, mentioned by your friend Sami in his videos. David Feeder, security first and forever, 100% local, nothing leaves your PC. You sign every transaction in your own wallet. Uses the official Pulse Chain deposit contract, completely open source. Audit every line yourself, GitHub. So David Feeder is making an offline version of Validator, it looks like. And he's been such an amazing and brilliant person in the community since our old days of tech talk. Like we used to say, feed the feeder, and he was really great. Enjoyed ours, but as soon as we brought on other coins or talked about our own coin, he was like, "Guys, I'm out. I can't be a part of something that I don't believe in." He did mention one token that some people got hurt on and took him. He took that really personally, even though it really wasn't his fault. Pulse Chain now has its own credit debit card on ramp. In case you didn't know, hell yeah, yeah. And then here's some F1 stuff going on. We binged the entire season of Drive to Survive. We are ready for, I believe next week is the first one, right there. Squeezing your girlfriend's butts can make you live longer. Maybe I'll play that another time. Let's check our community, the collective. I don't believe there's any art contest for J11 yet. Like these are all J10s. Like I said, Red Squirrel should just change this to an 11 and put it up again. Congratulations to Elizabeth Mack who won with this beautiful piece on J10. And then Axiom Icon can change his to J11. Right here she could change this to J11 and it would probably come really close to winning. Congratulations to CryptoCap 46 right here for winning J9. That's this beautiful and very, very poignant poem, a very applicable poem to what's going on in crypto and in the world right now. And then Red Squirrel just changes to J11 and submitted it again. Like I said, there's so much amazing art here, like truly amazing art that feel free to resubmit in the next one. You can also create new and original art, and that we'll definitely go over that. So go to the collective, join the collective. Let's see if it says how many people are in the collective now. Boom, the collective. Wonder what, usually it'll show like how many people there are, relevancy, recency. So H.T. Armstrong is giving out this one right here. I love it. And then there's this, the last one. So add an 11 to all these, repost them for the 11th one. And more on that later. We are in talks right now as a group. Oh, what's up, Fast Abdul? He's here for the tech. Scroll up, play the PetSmart video. Okay, PetSmart video. This one right here. I got to get to home. Oh, there we go. Is this the PetSmart video? Is that the PetSmart video? Where's the PetSmart video? Did you pin a PetSmart video? This one right here. Okay. So which is it? PetSmart. You were never supposed to see this.
Yo! I got a question. Is it PetSmart or PetSmart? Are you saying that pets are smart? Or are you saying you're a mart for pets? I need answers! Which one is it? And it can't be both! Yo! I got a question!
Now we know who actually runs Clown World. It's our friend. Your friend Sami. Loving it. Hey, Max, I'm still here for the alpha. Corey, you are here for the alpha, and the alpha is continuing to grow and change dramatically as we move on to higher and better plates. Ahoy, mates. Hex T. Armstrong's in the house. Like I said earlier, if you look at our minting, there is 2 hours left, 2.5 hours left to mint some of your Journey 11s right now. We went and minted. Let's see here. We minted 42 of Journey 11s are here with the stream address. And like I said, 23,000, over 23,000 were minted and destroyed. Thanks to this evil button right here, people came through and they just nuked. They nuked all of these, which was premature. They could have made more money by minting and then hoping that the scrape button opens between lottery drawing 2 and 3, but they didn't. They just went around smashing things. And I guess that's what happens when you have a public button. Anyone can hit it. And people, I mean, in the beginning, they started vaporizing their own NFTs, not quite understanding the consequence of their actions. But that's where we're at right now. I think they just thought that they wanted as much of the treasury as possible, and they're okay without getting that sweet lottery. But a bunch of people will be winning the lottery. I wonder if this is fixed right here on the lottery page, or if it still says. Yeah, see, it says there's 8,009 fuel cells, and there are. But as you can see, this is more than 20%. So it does look like that's right. It looks like out of the 8,000, you should have the same amount of winners and higher payouts, or you should have more payouts and the same winners. I think last time we saw more payouts with the same winners. So you had a 1 in 21 chance of winning previously. And if we went from, let's see here, that'd be 32,000 divided by 8,000 right now. 4. Okay, so your time should be 4 times greater. So instead of 0.048% chance of winning, you should actually have a 0.192 chance of winning. This time, you still win the same amount, 1.2, 3.5. I'm sorry, 3.75, 7.5. So 7.5 is the big one. But your chances did go up winning this. It just didn't. It's kind of funner when you let that evil address sit around before the third one. But either way, that's neither here nor there. That's what's going on. And so I think you should have almost a 1 in 5 chance, just under 1 in 5 chance, 1 in 5, 1 in 6 chance of winning. And we'll see how that goes. Last time it didn't work out so well for ours. We didn't win as many as I thought we would. But that's the way it goes. So right now, Journey 11 is the second smallest mint. Journey 9 is still the most rare mint of all of them. And that was the one where the mystery box sat out. The mystery box is sitting on 4,500, or its daughter address is sitting on 4,500 of these 8,000. So really, if you look at the user mint, there's about 3,500 of these are user mints, which is pretty dang interesting considering that the treasury is going down. Let's take a look at the supply. Like I was saying before, we're going to look at the dark supply right here. Right now we have 53, almost 54% locked inside the treasury and the NFTs. We've got 22% with the evil address and 9% in the lottery address. And then we've got 2% in the mystery box, and this mystery well is still sitting at 4%, give or take. And then you've got the liquidity providing with 1%. You got Pink Miss Well with 1%. You got this other well right here with about 2%. And then it kind of breaks down to half. Oh, then you have 0.5% in another LP smart contract. And then 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, almost 2,000, and another LP address. And then 1,500, 1,400 LP address. It's 1,200, 1,237 LP address. 1,000 LP address. 500 LP address. 500 burnt. And these were sent to the contract address. 502 burnt forever. So as you look at the top of these are mostly stuck in smart contracts, hands of a few whales. There's really not a lot of supply out there. Really not. And Minter's Wind, as you can see, most of this economic energy is going into there. We're looking at a couple of ideas that we would like your guys' feedback on. If you feel like feeding back onto this, where we mentioned, and they're gone. Yeah. So back to the alpha, Mr. Corey, I would say we're looking at shortening the journey. So instead of a 45-day journey, my suggestion is to switch to a 2-week journey, and that would shorten the game considerably by, instead of a 4-year game that would wrap it up in about 6 months. I'm also thinking about shortening the journeys, going from 33 to 11. And the good news is that most of our contracts are upgradable, which at first seemed like a huge mistake. We really wanted to do locked immutable contracts and all that jazz. But the truth is there's so many moving pieces in our 7 smart contracts that if we weren't able to upgrade it, we would not have been able to add the minting button or add the vaporize button for the Evo fuel cell. Another thing that we want to do right here, we'd like to move the leaderboard and this whole system from the website over to Telegram. So in Telegram, we would have all of our reward points in Telegram. And then you could claim your address if you wanted, but we could also post all the addresses and buttons there, points there and standing. That would take a load off of our servers. That would take a load off of our subgraph, and save us a little bit of cash roll in running the site at 40-cent TARC. So that's another move that we're thinking about making. And then we're also considering opening the minting window to being open all the time for the following journey. So all during, instead of the first 11 days of the journey, you'd have 2 weeks or whatever the journey is to mint for the next journey, if that makes sense. So minting would always be open, which I think would help a lot, as new people show up here all the time and they're like, hey, I want to mint. And I'm like, oh, well, the minting's closed. Come back in, or I'll hit them up right now. Someone that I know has some dark, and I'll say, hey, the minting window's open today. And I'm like, you got to get that in. And then sometime next week, they'll hit me up and be like, okay, so how do I mint? And I'll be like, you can't, it's closed. So we thought that this would create a sense of urgency, and it has, and it's given us another thing to count down and look to and celebrate. However, it's also stopped a lot of people from minting. And remember, minters win here. So like I said, we're looking at a few changes here. Your feedback would be great if you wanted someone to tell us how long you think a journey should be. And another thing we might do is we might get rid of one of the smart contracts. So if you guys are wondering, what should I do if there's going to be some changes made with anti-gravity and dark matter, what's the best thing I could do? It's the same thing as we've always said, like, you don't have enough dark, you don't have enough fuel cells. Minters win. Minters will always win. And so that's just a nod to like what you might want to do ahead of time. Not financial advice, no profiting from the work of others, no expectation of the profit of the work of others. But we have built one of the most amazing projects in crypto, hands down. Like I being the founder of that, it sounds kind of like selfish and full, like boasting to say that, or full of myself. But the truth is, the team and you guys, literally you guys helping with the book, the art, the website, the feedback, you guys have built this into something absolutely insane. If you could package this and explain AG Project to people on Solana and Bitcoin and Ethereum bros, if you could show this to people at Cardano and XRP, they would completely blow their minds. And if you showed anyone our community, they would be flabbergasted. Our community is the best community, hands down. Join our Telegram. If you're not in our Telegram, you got to join our Telegram, guys. t.me/anti-gravity saga. Just like the song from Korean Investor says, hit the Telegram right here. Here's a link for today's stream. Here's a cool thing. Shout out to Triple Alliance, always putting cool stuff in here and promoting what's going on. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. Yeah, so we're working on shifting a couple things to make them. Our goal is to make the project simpler and to make it easier for new people. And at the same time, we want to make sure that the mentors win, as always. So when I was sending evil fuel cells to Hades, 0 dark was sent to the treasury. No, the dark was sent to the treasury when the evil address was minted. So it does affect that. The problem that we've had on our website, and this is another thing that we should probably move to Telegram if we can, is if you go to my fuel cells, this projected amount that they're telling us that we're hoping to get after Journey 11 is based off of the 53% in the treasury. It's not based on the 244,000 that's in the treasury. So 3% of this amount, 244,500, 3% is going to get paid out to 41,000 Journey 1s. And then 2.7% is going to get paid out to 55,000 Journey 2s. And then 2.43% is going to be paid out to 45,565 Journey 3s, and so on. So it goes 3% and it goes down by 10%, and it pays these at the end of every single one. So it is in there. But the interesting thing about the lottery, though, is when you took the evil address out of the lottery, that kills the opportunity to use the scrape button between journeys 2 and 3. So you could have, like, if you left the evil address holding 23,000 out of 32,000, then you would have been able to take about 3 times of the winnings of Journey 1 and Journey Lotto 1 and Lotto 2, and you could have scraped them into Lotto 3. And then you could have vaporized the evil address, and people's payouts in the biggest lottery 3, would have been, instead of 7.5, they would be 14, sometimes as high as 28. So that was why, like, the timing matters on that, but it doesn't matter with the treasury. And so when you go to view my fuel cells, we either need to fix this subgraph so that it's reading the available amount in the treasury and not the total amount in the treasury. Because remember, out of 539,756, all of those are earmarked and paid out to the NFTs, except for 224,000. So this is the treasury that's paying out, and that other one on the smart contract reads the treasury, the ones that's paid out. So if you click on treasury, you can see that it's already paid out 371,028 dark. And there's less than 1/3 million fuel cells remaining right now. So anyways, like I said, join us in Telegram. Hey, what's up, Elizabeth? Hey, Crypto Cat. Yeah, where did the dark go? The dark is in the smart contracts as it was intended, but there's a lot of dark that has not been scraped from lottery winnings, and there's a lot of dark that is locked in the lottery winnings. There's also a lot of dark that's locked in those fuel cells, mainly in the mystery box and its daughter addresses that have been minting right alongside of the evil address. we are hoping that the evil address would right. So we thought it's kind of like the OA in Hex. If you followed what the OA did, especially in the beginning, you'd be doing really well with T-shares. And then eventually it just came out and just dumped the farm on T-shares and just staked it all. So, and I thought it was going to do that a lot earlier than it did. But either way, excuse me, smart people followed the evil address and started minting every chance they could and stacking different journeys fuel cells. But I know life gets in the way. So there's some people that missed 5, 6, 7, or 9, and they're going back and be like, hey, I want to get those ones. I want a full set. I want a whole collection of the trading cards, so to speak. And so the evil address was also guaranteeing 65% participation in the game. So like even if users didn't play, whoever did mint would win. It turns out that, yeah, I'm not going to go into that exactly, but there's an alternative, I think, that still rewards minters and makes this a little bit more simple of a game. So I'm just going to leave that there, but let me know how long you guys think a journey should be. Let me know if you guys think it's another idea that I think we want to implement is going from 3 lotteries to 1 lottery. And that would simplify things too. If we shortened the journeys to 11 days or 2 weeks, one of the ideas is 369 hours. 369 hours is like 15 and a half days. So you get 2 of those a month. And 2 weeks is a pretty good time to mint for the next one and to wait for your lottery drawing and treasury payout. So there is some errors on the page that we need to fix. Or like I said, hopefully we're just going to move as much of the website's information to Telegram, because we can keep track of stuff there. It's a lot easier and it's free. And a lot of the services that we're paying for to connect all the subgraph with the blockchain and the website and people's wallets, it's pretty heavy and it's pretty expensive right now. So if we could save that money and time and turn over as much of this project over to the community as possible. If you guys are really good at Telegram, like I'm talking like Emit Farms level Telegram, we can do stuff like that and keep track of stuff there and still get you guys your swag and reward points, and you can have your bragging rights on the leaderboard there. But either way, I'm a little late for work. I got to go to work. I apologize, guys. I gotta eat food, and my family expects me to feed them and house them and give them utilities, running water. They're really hooked on electricity and warmth and heat. It's the truth is I've spoiled my family with modern necessities of life, and that doesn't go away with when the bear market comes. I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. Please come and start this conversation on Telegram, or just DM me on Twitter and let me know what you guys think and want. And yeah, will you start the truck? Thanks. Yeah, let me guys what you guys think, because I think we can make this a little more streamlined, a little simpler, a little less top heavy. We do have one of the best websites in crypto hands. Like that thing blows all the others away. It's probably too nice, but I love it, and I love you guys. And yeah, we're looking to make some changes, and it's a great time to make these changes when our 30 ride or die people are here. The Fight Club is back to going to the basement of the bar, where it started. Or actually, I feel like sometimes it's going back to the parking lot where he has his first fight with Tyler Durden. Anyways, I love you guys. You're awesome. You matter. You guys are all have infinite worth. you guys have so much value inside of you. If you realized how valuable and special you are, it would blow your mind. You'd fall to the ground in gratitude and ecstasy just to see a glimpse of the light inside of you. Yeah, go out there and make a great day. Remember, when things feel like they're crashing like they are now, they're actually on the way up. The money printing is pumping into this war with Iran. The money is pumping into the government like crazy. And so when everyone is happy again, when houses are selling and the stock market's all-time high and crypto's frothing and people are just dancing, when there's standing room only in the meetups, that is the beginning of the crash. That is its big sign to take profit. And I don't know. I love being on this journey with you guys. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.